Alright, I received this package in the mail. This was an eBay purchase that I just got today. And it was about a dozen or so Corbin type mortise cylinders with keys, and then a couple more rim cylinders without keys. Ones like this. Pretty cool. Alright, the one that I decided to pick first was this one here. It looked pretty old, and it's only a 5-pin, but I saw ball bearings in there, so I thought that was pretty interesting. I noticed that on a couple of them. And also, I'm not sure if anybody watched my Schlage picking video, but I found the #1 driver. It was just a regular standard driver. I replaced it with a serrated driver. Okay. So, here we go. Kind of a cool QA too. A lot of gunk in there. And that's the ball bearing. So I'm just going to use a standard hook and work off this small ledge here. And I'm going to use a top of the QA Peterson pry bar. And I believe there are spool pins in here, although I'm not too sure. The core, I do get a, see, like right there, I'm not sure if that's a false set. I think it is, because I'm getting counter rotation out of the second pin. So it would have been a good idea to spray this with WD-40, but I didn't want to get my hands all dirty. Although they probably are going to get dirty after I take this thing apart. Alright, things are kind of frozen up in there, so I'm going to try to start over. Big click out of pin 2, big click out of pin 1. And then the back is kind of seized up. Not sure what's going on in there. I think I overpicked pin 1. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on in there. Alright, let's try the other way. Maybe I'll have better luck. I did pick this off camera, so it is working. And the key does work. I didn't show that, but it does work. It does stick a little bit. It's hard to stay on pin 2 because I think there's more than one bearing in there. So I slide off a little bit. So, but that's okay. There we go. Alright, so it was open on pin 5. I had a little false set, but it wasn't really giving any feedback. It felt like it was seized up for whatever reason. Okay. Alright, that's too big. That's too big. Is this too big? No, that's good. Oh, let me turn on my other light so I can see what I'm doing here. Alright, so that's that and that. It's a tailpiece. Alright. Yeah, so this is pretty dirty. And the top of the plug is kind of filed down. Number one doesn't want to come out. Alright. Yeah, it's kind of stuck up in there. Alright, number two has a ball bearing too. There we go. Alright, so it looks like just 1 and 2 have the bearings. And the others are just standard key pins. And then the pins in here, in 1 or 2, are kind of flat for the bearings. Okay, so I think that's just used just to keep the lock functioning for a while. Alright, and surprisingly enough, there's a spool pin in 1 and 2 that were flipped around. There's 2 ways of putting it in, they're not the same. Well, actually, I'm not really surprised. I've opened up old Corbin locks and had these same type of spooled drivers. Alright, so 5 chambers, 5 spools. And they're all arranged the same except for the first chamber. This one had the spool cut out, sticking up like so, and the rest were arranged normally like that. And here's the plug. Kind of flattened out at the top. And there's some tooling marks in there. And then the plug, the springs are kind of stuck in there, but they seem to be functioning okay. Oh yeah, actually they are kind of squished down. But they're in better shape than I thought they'd be. Looks like they need to get replaced too. Or they might be okay, I'm not sure. I don't think I'm really going to bother. But there it is, the old Corbin, not Corbin Russman, but Corbin 5-pin Mortise cylinder. That's it. I like these old locks. Kind of interesting to see what's in there, especially with the bearings. I like seeing stuff like that. Alright, well thanks for watching, and happy picking.